The rugby world has been dealt a significant blow following the news that Tamaiti Williams has been ruled out for the remainder of the 2026 Super Rugby Pacific season due to a serious spinal infection. The announcement, confirmed by the Crusaders, not only impacts the defending champions campaign but also raises major concerns about the players' availability for the upcoming international season with the All Blacks. This development marks a challenging chapter for one of New Zealand rugby's most promising front-row talents, whose rise over the past few seasons has been nothing short of remarkable. As details of his condition emerged, it became clear that this was not a routine injury but a serious medical issue requiring careful management and extended recovery time. A shocking diagnosis. Understanding discitis. Williams has been diagnosed with discitis, a relatively rare but potentially severe infection that affects the intervertebral discs of the spine. Unlike typical rugby injuries, such as muscle strains, ligament damage, or fractures, discitis is a medical condition that can develop gradually and often presents with persistent pain, inflammation, and limited mobility. In Williams' case, the issue began with what seemed like a standard bout of back discomfort. However, after experiencing ongoing pain over several weeks, he underwent scans and blood tests that revealed the underlying infection. The diagnosis immediately ruled him out of action, with doctors prescribing a prolonged course of antibiotics and close medical supervision. Discitis requires careful treatment because the spine is such a critical and sensitive part of the body. Left untreated, the infection can lead to serious complications, including long-term damage or neurological issues. Fortunately, in Williams' situation, medical professionals have indicated that he is expected to make a full recovery, though the timeline for his return to rugby remains uncertain. A major setback for the Crusaders. The loss of Williams represents a significant setback at a crucial stage of the season. As defending champions of Super Rugby Pacific, the Christchurch-based side entered 2026 with high expectations. However, their campaign has been inconsistent, and they currently find themselves in 6th position on the table, far from their usual dominance. Williams has been a key figure in their forward pack, providing strength in the scrum, mobility around the field, and a physical presence that often sets the tone for the team. His ability to carry the ball effectively and contribute defensively has made him an indispensable part of the Crusaders' game plan. Losing a player of his caliber at this stage of the season not only weakens their front row but also places additional pressure on the squad's depth. In a competition as demanding as Super Rugby Pacific, where margins are often razor-thin, the absence of a first-choice prop can have ripple effects across the entire team structure. The Crusaders will now need to rely on their remaining front-row options to step up and fill the void. While the franchise has a history of producing quality players, replacing someone of Williams' influence is no easy task. Implications for the All Blacks beyond the domestic competition. Williams' injury raises serious questions about his involvement with the All Blacks in the upcoming international season. The national side is set to begin its campaign in July, hosting tests against France, Italy, and Ireland as part of the newly introduced Nations Championship. Having established himself as the All Blacks' first-choice loosehead prop in 2025, Williams was expected to play a central role in these fixtures. His performances over the past year had solidified his position, making him a cornerstone of the team's forward pack. Now, with his recovery timeline uncertain, selectors may be forced to reconsider their options. While New Zealand has depth in the front row, losing a player of Williams' quality would undoubtedly be a blow. The situation also presents an opportunity for other players to stake their claim. Rugby is often defined by such moments, where injuries open the door for emerging talent. However, replacing an established starter is never straightforward, especially when preparing for high-profile international clashes. A player's perspective, pain, resilience, and gratitude. Williams himself has spoken candidly about his experience, shedding light on the physical and emotional challenges he has faced in recent weeks. What initially seemed like a manageable issue quickly escalated into something far more serious. He described enduring significant pain before seeking medical attention, ultimately leading to the diagnosis. The news that his season was over came as a heavy blow, particularly given his form and importance to both club and country. Despite the disappointment, Williams has maintained a positive outlook. He expressed gratitude that the condition was identified early and that the prognosis is favorable. Being in a hospital environment also gave him perspective, reinforcing an appreciation for the care and support available. His comments reflect the mindset of a professional athlete who understands the realities of sport, where setbacks are inevitable, but resilience is key. While he admitted to feeling gutted, his focus has shifted toward recovery and long-term health. The road to recovering from discitis is not a quick process. It typically involves an extended course of antibiotics, often administered intravenously, followed by ongoing monitoring to ensure the infection has fully cleared. Rest is a crucial component of treatment, meaning Williams will need to avoid physical exertion for a significant period. For a professional rugby player, this represents a considerable challenge, as maintaining fitness and conditioning is essential to performance. However, the priority at this stage is clear: full recovery. Medical experts have reassured Williams that he is expected to make a complete return, which is encouraging news for both the player and his supporters. Once the infection has been successfully treated, he will likely undergo a gradual rehabilitation process, rebuilding strength and mobility before returning to full training. Given the nature of the condition, there will be no shortcuts. A message of support and belief. Even as he faces a lengthy spell on the sidelines, Williams has remained connected to his team. He expressed full confidence in the Crusaders' ability to continue competing at a high level, offering words of encouragement to his teammates and the wider fan base. The 2026 season is particularly significant for the franchise, with the introduction of a new stadium and several key moments on the horizon. Williams acknowledged the excitement surrounding these developments and emphasized his support from afar. His message underscores the strong sense of unity within the Crusaders' environment, a culture that has been central to their sustained success over the years. While he may not be on the field, his presence and influence will still be felt within the group. The broader impact on the season. Williams' absence adds another layer of complexity to an already unpredictable Super Rugby Pacific season. With the Crusaders fighting to climb the standings, every match becomes increasingly important. The competition itself has grown more competitive, with multiple teams capable of challenging for the title. In this context, losing a key player could prove a tiv in the race for playoff positions. At the same time, the situation highlights the physical demands of professional rugby. Injuries and health issues are an inherent part of the sport, and teams must constantly adapt to changing circumstances. For fans, the news serves as a reminder of the human side of the game. Behind the performances and results are individuals facing real challenges, both on and off the field. Looking ahead, while the immediate focus is on Williams' recovery, attention will inevitably turn to his return. Given his talent and determination, there is little doubt that he will aim to come back stronger. For the All Blacks, the hope will be that he can regain full fitness in time to contribute later in the international season, even if he misses the initial fixtures. His long-term importance to the team remains unquestioned. In the meantime, the rugby community will rally around him, offering support and encouragement as he navigates this period. Conclusion: the news of Tamaiti Williams being ruled out with a spinal infection is a significant moment in the 2026 rugby calendar. It impacts not only the Crusaders' season but also the plans of the All Blacks as they prepare for a demanding international campaign. Yet, amid the disappointment, there is a sense of optimism. With a full recovery expected, Williams' story is far from over. Instead, this period may serve as a testament to his resilience and determination, qualities that have already defined his rise in the game. As the season unfolds, his absence will be felt, but so too will the anticipation of his return.